In today's body cam reaction, everyone, I give you the son of controversial co-host from the show The View, Sonny Hostin. Yeah! Yeah! Now, this young individual, this man, he's found somewhere that he's not supposed to be, and law enforcement finds him and detains him. His mom, Sonny Hostin, uses her celebrity status and stardom to get him out of a jam. Now, I would ask you one question. Do we file this under persecution or privilege? You answer the question down below. Before I do, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. With all that out of the way, let's get to the footage.
This is real police body cam footage from New Rochelle, New York. Officers with the MTA Police Department spot 24-year-old Gabriel Hostin walking on active railroad tracks, a restricted area, and immediately stop him as part of a criminal trespass investigation. From the very beginning of the encounter, Gabriel has his very famous mother, The View co-host and former federal prosecutor Sonny Hostin, on the phone. So buckle up.
Now, before we get into the further reaction, everyone, I want to give my fair use to body cam binge. And the title of this video is Sonny Hostin tries to keep son from getting a ticket. And I believe she successfully does that. But again, I would ask you, do we file this under persecution or privilege? Because we know how Sonny Hostin likes to portray herself or present herself when she is on The View. So please, again, answer that question down in the comment section below. Let's continue.
Because what starts as a routine criminal trespass investigation quickly...
Oh, by the way, this young man is a Harvard graduate and a fourth grade teacher. Why would he be doing this in the first place?
turns into a debate over police discretion, privilege, and whether the rules should apply equally to everyone.
Sorry, you guys waiting for me? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, put your hands behind your back for a second.
Hey, what's going on?
Put your hands.
Yeah, I got you. Hey, Mom, I'm walking by a train station right now. This cop is putting handcuffs on me. I got you. My mom's a lawyer, by the way.
That's okay. What's your name?
What's your name, sir?
I'm Brian.
Brian, is that your badge number 2814?
Yes. So the reason.
By the way, from the onset of this interaction, he has his mom on the phone. So he already knows that he's going to use her and she's going to do her best to get him out of the situation. As soon as they roll up to detain him, his mother, Sonny Hostin, is already on the phone.
Stopping you. This is trespassing right here.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was open over there. I was just walking on a run here.
Where are you coming from? All the way over there?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So
I saw it just looked open for me, so I just walked in.
So this is considered trespassing. It's criminal trespass. The reason why it's a big deal, people get hit by a train all the time. We want to prevent it, obviously.
Can you please...
you want to hold it for you?
Yeah, Mom, the phone's at 2%, FYI. Here you go.
Okay. So yeah, so this is considered trespassing. It's a big deal. We don't want people to get hit by a train. This is why we can run it over, okay? Do you have any ID on you?
Yes.
Okay, where is it?
It's in my phone if you take off the case.
Tell them your mother is a federal prosecutor.
Yes.
Hey, Mom, how are you? This is Officer Gomez. Your son's fine.
Officer Gomez,
how are you?
This is
Yes,
former
yes.
federal prosecutor.
Okay,
That's my son.
Yep.
He's a Harvard graduate.
Yep.
He's not a criminal. He has no criminal record, no criminal history.
Yes. No, I understand that. The issue is, like I told your son, is this is considered criminal trespassing. So besides being illegal, it's actually very dangerous for him to be around the railroad tracks. You know, we get people that get hit all the time. So we make this a big issue because it's a serious thing. People get hit.
I understand.
Yeah.
Thank you for protecting him.
No problem. Listen. You know, we just have to do our due diligence here. Okay, your son is fine. I promise. You're on the line here. If we do have to hang up, I'll make sure that he gets a call. Yeah, so don't worry. Okay, everything's fine at this point.
Can we call her on your phone if my phone dies?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's fine.
Are you arresting my son?
At this point, listen, we're just going to do our due diligence. We're just going to check his background, and that's all we're going to do for now, okay? All right, we'll keep you informed of everything that goes on, all right? So that's pretty much it. He says...
Can you please keep me on the phone?
Absolutely, yes, ma'am. So,
do you hear the privilege, everyone? Wait a minute, not that one.
Enemy spotted.
Do you hear the privilege oozing out of Sonny Hostin and her son? Well, if the phone dies or cuts off because that 2%, can you call her from your phone? The police officer's phone. What? You want me to call your mom from my phone so that way she can stay on the phone for all this interaction just in case something happens and she wants to sue me, right? They'll sue the department. Oh, are you arresting my son? He's trying to explain to you right now he's detained. Is he under arrest yet? No, we got to do our due diligence, get his information, make sure he doesn't have a criminal background, so on and so forth. You're a freaking prosecutor. You should know that. Right? This isn't new to you, right, Sonny? You are a former federal prosecutor, so you know what the process that's about to take place here. Oh, by the way, he's a Harvard graduate. He's a 4th grade teacher. Are you arresting my son? Is he in trouble? Shut the The privilege that is oozing from both of them right now. But if somebody else was doing this, you would call them all kind of names, mainly racist, right? If this come from a white person. But you're doing the exact same thing that you talk about other people in the government and other places are doing the same thing. We got privilege here. We got seniority here. We got nepotism here. We got all kinds of things going on right here. And let me continue.
As of right now, if you don't mind, I'm going to hang up because he says his ID's on the phone.
If you just take out my case off, it's actually right in the case.
Yes, thank you.
No problem. Mom, if I hang up on you, just give me 1 second. Hold on.
Yes, it's right in there. Have you guys cash over here?
Yeah, it's very, like, this is like a super busy train station, and we don't need anyone getting hit by a train, okay? That's the last thing we want anyone to do, okay? I know this gate is open, but that's still trespassing, okay? This is Metro North property, all right? Even if you're on the phone, just, taking a walk. Like, trains are coming in and out of here all night long, and last thing I need for you to do is, be distracted and walk on the tracks and get run over by a train, all right?
Understood. I had no idea. I was just trying to walk around, take a run.
I got you.
Yeah, totally understood. My mom's asking for you, actually.
Hello, this is Officer Murray.
Hi, Officer Murray.
Hi.
That's my son.
Yes.
He's a Harvard graduate. He doesn't have a criminal record.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, he's we have him detained on the track area. He was walking, talking to you on the cell phone as we were on the Track 2 platform at New Rochelle, and we saw him walking towards us. This is an active railroad track with 4 live tracks and 4 third rails active. So we initiated a subject stop on him to get him in custody so that, he doesn't get hit by a train accidentally, because we see it happen more often than not. Yes, we're waiting for our sergeant to arrive, and then we're gonna take her from there.
As their sergeant is en route to the scene, the officers decide to give Gabriel a break. Rather than charging him with misdemeanor criminal trespass, they reduce the charge to a non-criminal trespassing violation and issue him an appearance ticket. Instead of being arrested and taken to jail, Gabriel is free to leave and simply required to appear in court at a later date.
Now, you heard that, right? They knocked it down for criminal trespass to non-criminal trespass. Going to give him a ticket to appear in court. He'll probably explain himself, whatever, and they'll probably let him go, right? But the fact that he's going to get a ticket in the first place is something that Sunny Hostin, once she shows up on the scene, is going to continue to argue that he doesn't even need to get a ticket. Like, this is so small of an infraction that he doesn't even need this on his record or anything like that. They want no record of him getting in any kind of trouble, even though technically he was on city government grounds, which he was not supposed to be. He was trying to take a shortcut, but it was still wrong. And again, like we always know, ignorance of the law is not an excuse not to follow the law, right? So either way, he's in trouble. So the host is about to show up, and she's going to continue to argue this point. I'm a prosecutor, I'm a former prosecutor. He's a Harvard graduate. He's a 4th grade teacher. He doesn't need his own thing on his record. Blah, 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 blah.
Gabriel, just to keep everything above board, I am going to write you what's called an appearance ticket, but you do have to show up to court.
Now, in his defense, he's been very cordial about this. He's been very cooperative. So I'm not arguing that. What I'm arguing is what Sunny Hostin is going to do on the back end to further keep him from being held accountable for his actions.
All right. I'll explain all the details and why you show up.
Let's get my mom on the phone.
Of course, yeah.
Hey, Mom. Hey, so you said that I grab my phone?
Absolutely, go ahead.
And if the phone dies, can we call her?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, just tell her.
Miss Hostin, it's Officer Gomez.
Hi, Officer Gomez. I'm about 4 minutes away.
Okay, that's fine. So I just wanted to give you the heads up. So I am going to be writing your son what's called an appearance ticket. I'm sure you know what that is. I'll explain everything, where he has to report all that stuff, because it is criminal trespass where he was. It's normally hold on for 1 second, miss. It's normally a misdemeanor. Obviously, we're cutting it down to the violation because he's there's nothing on his record. He's been very cooperative with us. But as of right now, we will have to issue him the appearance ticket.
Officer, is that really necessary? This is a kid that doesn't do anything. He's a Harvard graduate and a Yale researcher. He teaches geometry to
I understand that. It absolutely is necessary, miss.
No, we appreciate you being cool, man. It's just the MTAPD takes that stuff very seriously, all right? That's like one of the biggest things we take seriously is trespassers and safety along the track area. And in between the gauge, which is where the train rides through, okay? Because it's like these trains are coming in at 40, 50 miles per hour. They can't stop on a dime. They see a person sometimes.
And again, while he's, again, her son's being very cordial, he's listening and, taking it all in, while the sergeant over there in the background is having to negotiate and, barter or argue with his mom on why him getting a ticket isn't necessary. Oh, he's a Harvard researcher and graduate. He teaches fourth grade kids. He doesn't have anything on his record. Why is this necessary? Blah, blah. Again, this is a former federal prosecutor. She understands that accountability has to be had whether you know the law or not. She understands all these things, but because her son, that somehow this situation now is different. Now is it necessary, right? And by the way, when she got on The View, I think a day or two later, she further, gave her son a pass and argued why this is necessary. She further argued this when she was on The View because she was asked about it, I think a day or so after, about this.
They don't know if it's suicidal or whatever the case may be, okay? And sometimes they dump the train in an emergency just to make sure, So that puts the safety of other people that are riding the train at risk, okay?
Why would you put something on his record like this?
No, it's not anything criminal. He just has to appear. I'm dumbing it down to a violation. That's all it is. So it's not a misdemeanor. It's just going back down. I'm writing him literally for the 140.05. It's a trespass violation. He would have to appear, which is an inconvenience. I understand that. But with all due respect, ma'am, I still have a job to do. And we have to deter people from being on the tracks. Because again,
I understand, but what I'm asking of you is once a judge gets this, all he would have to do is pay a fine anyway. There is a path.
I understand that.
Again, look at her. Why does he need this on his record? Why is this necessary? He broke the law, man, regardless if he knew it or not, regardless if you like it or not. He broke the law. Technically, that was a small infraction, of course, but it's still the law, still the rule. She's literally like, well, why does he need to have this on his record? Why is this? Why that? This is a former prosecutor now.
Yes, but I have to do this. It's part of my job. Okay?
Is this necessary? Yes. What happens if you didn't do it? What happens if you're like, I need to write this?
Well, we have cameras everywhere. If we didn't see you, somebody would have called it over.
Correct.
And
there was too many trains coming in and out of there to not.
I hate to say it, it's like my partner said, our hands are tied. It is what it is. Listen, I really appreciate you being cool about this. Put you in handcuffs, and we do that for our safety and all stuff.
Reason,
hi, miss, how are you? I'm Officer Gomez. Ooh.
Now she has showed up to further argue why he needs a ticket. And by the way, can we normalize? Her son is a grown man. He's a fourth grade teacher. He has his own profession. He is a college graduate. Can we also normalize young men and women now having to call their mama to get them out of a jam, to get them out of trouble, right? Can we also normalize that too? Because this further perpetuates the narrative of the Black community and parents, I would say, enabling their children to do bad things, to continue bad behavior, because every time they do something that requires what it is, it requires punishment, it requires accountability, their parent, usually the mom, shows up to get them. And this happens to dads too, but stereotypically, the mom is the one that engages in the type of behavior that Senate Hostin is engaging in right now.
No problem. I apologize for this, but it's... So, like I explained to you, normally it's a misdemeanor charge. We're dumbing it down to a violation, okay? I know you're upset. We just do it as a deterrence because, again, like I explained to you on the phone, besides being illegal, which is far from the subject, it's dangerous. So that's pretty much it.
Can you give him a warning?
I cannot at this point. I have to recognize on this. And like I said, it's usually a misdemeanor. We're dumbing it down to a violation. So he's literally getting hit with the 140.05. It's not going to go on his record. It's not going to affect him. Nothing. It's not going to be asked a bunch of questions like it's his license. Absolutely not. Yeah. No, it's not going to affect him. Yeah. No, I understand. I really do. Hey, how are you?
How are you? This is my son. He was walking along the tracks.
And you can look at her demeanor and attitude right now. She's not happy that he's getting a ticket, but she can't tell law enforcement not to do their job, right?
Just on a run, on a walk, and gate was open. I was like, oh. Yeah.
Sounds like an honest
on the
mistake.
phone with me. Actually, I'm a former federal prosecutor.
Yeah.
He knows he's a Harvard grad who teaches fourth grade geometry to kids.
God bless.
This is not a kid who's ever in trouble. It's an innocent mistake. I understand you have to.
Yeah, it's,
give
I
him a
don't know what
violation,
happened,
but
but yeah, whatever.
But
I get you.
Okay, so this is gonna be your copy. Okay, so basically, just have to show up on a Friday, July 10th at 9:30 a.m. It's going to be to the New Rochelle Criminal Court. It's going to be at 475 North Ave here in New Rochelle. Not the end of the world, not the crime of the century. Okay, it's unfortunate. I get it. I know you're upset. I know your mom's upset. I'm not trying to be a ball buster here. I have a job to do. That's all it is. Okay. I hope you don't take it personally. I really appreciate you being cooperative with us. All right.
Gabriel is scheduled to appear in New Rochelle City Court on July 31st, 2026. Public court records show that Sonny Hostin is now officially representing her son as his attorney in this case. Thanks to the discretion the officers exercised that night, Gabriel is no longer facing a misdemeanor criminal trespass charge that could have carried up to 90 days in jail, a $500 fine, and a criminal record. Instead, he now faces a non-criminal trespassing violation, which typically carries a maximum fine of $250 and does not result in a criminal conviction. Our last video takes you to Godley, Illinois.
Okay. Again, shout out to Body Cam Bench. You know what? I'm going to add this as a bonus if you made it this far. Sonny Hostin actually wrote a letter to the assistant district attorney asking for leniency so that nothing got on her son's record, okay? Check this out. Let's take y'all out with this, everyone. People Magazine. The View co-host Sonny Hostin writes letter defending son Gabriel, 24 years old, now grown-ass man, for trespassing citation. Honest mistake. Sonny, serving as her son's lawyer, wrote a letter to an assistant district attorney asking for leniency. Let us continue. Okay? The View co-host Sonny Hostin is representing her son after she reportedly says he received a citation in New York while jogging, claiming he had no intent to trespass. Of course, he didn't have an intent. That's not the question. That's not the problem. Sonny, who is also a lawyer and former federal prosecutor, wrote a letter to an assistant district attorney from the New Rochelle City Court obtained by TMZ on Monday, July 13th. Okay? Let's go. In the letter, she reportedly asked the prosecutor to dismiss the violation and noted that her 24-year-old son, Gabriel Hostin, is a 2025 Harvard University graduate with no criminal history or prior contact with the criminal justice system who was simply in the area training. Per documents obtained by TMZ and USA Today, Gabriel was given a citation by the Metropolitan Transportation Authority on June 16th, which did not result in arrest. While jogging, Gabriel spotted a gravel incline that could be used for hill training. Sonny wrote, gates to the area were open with a no trespassing sign not visible to Gabriel when he entered the property. She added, okay, so here's the excuse. Well, he didn't see the no trespassing sign because y'all didn't have it properly displayed. Right? He reasonably believed the area was accessible and had no intention of entering the private property unlawfully, Sonny wrote. Per Sonny's letter, Gabriel was then approached by a police officer and his mom later showed up to the scene. The officer allegedly acknowledged that the gate should have been closed, which Sonny wrote had reinforced her son's reasonable belief that the area appeared open and accessible to the public. Gabriel, she added, had no intent to trespass and was not arrested, was not fingerprinted, and has an exemplary record. I mean, she's basically blaming law enforcement or the city of New York for not having the no trespass sign properly displayed. That way he wouldn't have done this in the first place. Blaming him for the reason why he's in trouble. Quote, my client has worked diligently to build an exemplary academic and personal record, she wrote. The continued prosecution of this violation arising from an honest mistake serves neither the interest of justice nor the public interest. Dismissal would avoid imposing unnecessary consequences on a young man who has demonstrated exceptional character and achievement and who poses no risk to the community. Man. Again, I ask the question, is this privilege? Is this persecution or privilege? All right. She is a viral star on The View. She is a former federal prosecutor and a lawyer. I would say, very successful individual. But also, she has star power because she's on The View, all right, which is a very popular show. Well, to most people, to some people anyway. So, and she's a woman, and she is African American, if I'm not mistaken. So, she checks off 3-4 different boxes, right? So, is this persecution or is this privilege on the part of Sunny Hostin? People has reached out to reps for The View, the New Rochelle City Court, and the DA's office for more information. Sunny shares Gabriel and daughter Paloma, 20, with husband Emmanuel Hostin. Gabriel is scheduled to appear in court on July 31st per TMZ and USA Today, with Sunny listed as his attorney. I'm pretty sure she will get him off. I say again, is this persecution or privilege, everyone? Did he make an honest mistake? Maybe. But that doesn't mean that he shouldn't face consequences for his actions, right? Let me find a good picture to take y'all out on. All right? Well, why should he get arrested? Why does he need this? Why does he need that? Okay. All right. Well, here we are. Sunny Hostin is now representing her son and is going to do her best to make sure he has nothing on his record. And with that being said, thank you for attending another episode of the Armchair Anchorman. I'm just here at Normedia in my computer chair to give you all the news in front of this wonderful webcam and this wonderful microphone. Let me know what you think about all of this down in the comment section. Please, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell on the way out of the door. And I will see you in the next video.